All right, welcome back. I have the unit flipped up over again. If you have a full tank of gas, make sure you put a bag over it and tighten it so the gas doesn't keep pouring all over the garage. All right, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna take off the electric start first because it's hooked to this plastic piece that we gotta take off to get to the carb. So I'm just gonna take my drill bit. One, two, okay. Next, I'm just gonna switch it out for a 10 bit. Hey, wife. Take these out of here. Okay, put these in a pile so you don't lose them. Next up we need, where's my flathead? Flathead's over here. We're gonna pop this choke cover off. Maybe, there we go. Choke cover off. Then we're gonna take this off, the governor lever, first stop and full throttle. All right, next up, we're gonna take off this last 10mm nut. So let's go ahead and do that. Should twist off of there. And look who showed up. What's up, buddy? Alright, so the shroud's gonna come off of here like this. No. Twist down. It's a little tricky to get this off of here. Let me sit down real quick. Alright, it's a little tricky. You gotta bend this kind of out of the way twice here. So bring this back down. Boom. Alright. So here we are. So, what we need to get to is this jet right here. That's the low idle jet. And I'm gonna show you how to take that off. Real quick, while we're here, I have a 10mm. We're just gonna clean out this carb bowl real quick and make sure there's no gunk in here. So let's go ahead and take this bottom bowl off. Okay. Let's see what we got. So there's some junk in there. I don't know if you can see the little particulates at the bottom there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the carb spray, go through and carb spray this out real quick again. So let me grab my carb spray. That can stay in there. Let me get this. And then what else am I gonna need? My flathead's already over here. So let me grab a rag too while I'm at it. Nice clean workbench, thank you. Ah. So now, first I'm gonna clean the carb. Don't get spray in your eyes. Clean the carb out a little bit here. Clean out the main jet. Okay, that looks good. Next, we gotta take this little low idle jet off. And then I'm going to show you how to rethread that. So we should be able to get it out without taking everything off. This screw here, I don't know if you can see it when it's all the way down here. Where is it? This should meet just to where this governor lever touches. So it should go to right about there for when you go to screw it back in. So don't worry too much about it until it's time to put that back in. These two pieces that fell out, these are the sleeves that go on top of these screws here. For when you put the housing on it, they're like housing spacers for when you screw it back down tight. Sometimes they come out, sometimes they don't. So let's go ahead and take this off. I might need to switch out screws here, or just twist it with my finger for a minute. Okay, so now screws out, put that down here, then this should just pop right out like so. Now I'm going to take this, mind you, see how it's set in there? It's set in there this way, so just make sure you're putting it back the right way. When you go to put it back, it's going to sit in there like this, and it should actually kind of click in when you go to put it in. So next, what we want to do is clean out this tiny little hole in the bottom of here. There's a tiny little, tiny hole in there. This drill bit I got on Amazon is a 13/1000th bit. So it's a real small little tiny bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this right in that hole and just keep working it until it goes all the way through there. And oh, it already went through. Cool. So not too bad. Do it one more time, make sure it's nice and good. Cool, right through there, perfect. So that should fix the low idle screw jet issue and the surging. So let's go ahead and put this back in. And again, if you want to take the carb out, be my guest. This just, you don't really have to. But like I said, you kind of have to know what you're doing because it's a little harder to get to. So this is how the carb should sit, and hopefully you can see that. It should sit nice and square, and then push it down and it should sit flush. So now we get my little screw back. You can probably just finger tighten this if you want. I'm about to do that right now. Maybe. Maybe not. Let me grab a smaller screwdriver. Where is it? Okay. Let's get this back in here, like so. Come on. Come on, old girl. Whoops. No edit, gang, huh? Let's get this back on. And yep, you should be able to do it with your fingers if you have to. Then you can see where it's going to come out on top here. Right there, just to where it's going to touch that. This is your governor on the carb control, just like that. That's perfect. Cool. So fuel coming out of the tank looks pretty good. There might have been some extra junk mixed into here, like this little thing that made its way in there, in terms of what rested at the bottom of the carb bowl here and clogged up the jet. So let's do one more little spray here before we put the bowl